Hello everybody and welcome to another Town of Salem Ranked gameplay video. Today you're joining me, 2% Skimm, also known as Kennedy Ground, the Jailor. And so here we are, we're just going to start basically randomly, jailing people at first because there's not really much information to go off of this early in the day. So I just pick one person who wasn't talking and I do my typical roll, 3, 2, 1. And they claim invest before I get to the too late part. So that's pretty good. Heckin' Baby Sip claimed it pretty quickly, and there's no way they're going to have a will really that's worth anything right now, so you don't have to really ask for that. And they say they actually do the same thing when they're the jailer, which is funny, so I say I learned it from Skimm to see if maybe he was a fan. I didn't want to tip him off that I was actually Skimm, but he said, nope, I learned it on my own. So I wonder if other people out there are using the same tactic before they even heard of me, which is very cool. I think it actually is a very solid tactic, and you'll see why in a little while. This game is a well-played jailer game. That doesn't mean we win, it doesn't mean we lose, but pay some attention to this, and we'll see what happens. So there's no deaths. Heckin' Baby Sip says attacked in jail last night. There's no reason for them to really be lying about it. I don't think they're mafia at this point. Godfather Mafioso are both up. So unless people start claiming that they were roadblocked, I kind of trust this guy. Otherwise, Godfather, like if you jail Godfather and there's no attack, that doesn't mean the guy is the Godfather. The Mafioso would be able to attack if the Godfather was roadblocked and vice versa. So, you really kind of have to think about it in terms of when there's both the Godfather and Mafioso, roadblocking and that kind of stuff is a little bit harder to do. So, it's Heckin' Baby Sip could potentially be, say, like maybe a witch. Could be something else, but now here there's a push on Los Pozos, I believe. Giles Corey, spelled with a K though, is claiming that they're sheriff and that Los Pollos, I think it'd be Spanish, the chickens, is actually guilty. So, meanwhile, this guy, Devakin, is speaking in a different language. And it's whatever. I think they're just probably being annoying. They very well might be a jester, or they could be evil, but they could be a jester. So I'm really kind of ignoring them for right now. I decided to go ahead and drag off Los Pollos to see what it is that they claim. They claim retributionist. Retributionist is an interesting claim here. You can't kill it because if they are actually retributionists, that's a very useful role. I am going to put in my will, of course, and I say that if they push on the stand, you can claim that. I also tell them that if you do not res the first decent town, you're going to be killed, basically, because I want to make sure that he reses the first person that he sees, or else he'll be absolutely destroyed. And so it's not a big deal right here. We go on to the next day. We'll see if anybody is jailed right now, or is dead right now, I should say. And 2 people are dead. Bored little she. When we were going for with that. And they were mauled by a werewolf. And the will says, alright, so this looks like it's probably a transporter will. Conan to Vakin. Just trying to protect Conan, I suppose, by switching them with what appears to be a pretty much confirmed. So here I am actually writing random town claims. So the one guy claimed Rhett. And there's somebody else who's dead as well. And they're dead. Retributionist. That's got to be a lie, right? This guy's lying. Right? He's lying. It's a retributionist. Okay. Alright. So, Los Pollos doesn't really seem like... It seems like that's a weird thing to claim right there. They're retributionist. And this other guy is retributionist. That's not possible. That's not a possible thing. Los Pollos says that they were attacked in jail. Well, werewolf killed last night, and mafia killed last night. So a very good point is made, which is that if you were in fact attacked in jail, then there's probably a Vigi that is in the game here, because both other factions were able to attack last night. No one else is claiming they're a witch or anything though, so nothing really different there. Heckin' Baby Sip says that blue is the BG, GF, or Arso. And, we don't know if there's an arsonist or not. We know that there's not an arsonist now because there was a werewolf kill. So the fact that he's claiming BG, GF, Arso, blue could be the Godfather, but he's not going to be the arsonist. So he's either a bodyguard or an arsonist. I really kind of don't want to vote against this because they probably are actually arsonists. Blocking me last night? Yeah, not a problem there. I mean, whatever. Los Pollos says a jailer has my role. And I just don't like this. So I'm not going to vote on blue because blue probably is actually the what you call it. Knife says fast dude X9. Supposedly because they are an executor or an executioner. I go ahead and get right in here and hit the execute button. And then this happens. Dio is disguiser, idiot. Is that possible? Could Dio be the disguiser? Now, do not yell at me, guys, because I'm about to make a boo-boo. Dio is disguiser. And so, if that was the case, they would have had to have been really lucky. They would have had to have known you were a Retributionist, right? And then had him put a fake Retributionist role when he found the Retributionist. It would kind of make sense, though. So, if they actually checked a Deodat Night 1 with the consig, they would be able to actually go ahead and get him... in theory, they could have disguised him the next night. Alright, so now there's no kills. Right? There's no kills at all. Giles Corey says I was BM'd last night. Okay. Wait a second. Skimm, you made a boo-boo, didn't you? You made a boo-boo. Los Pollos cannot be Retributionists. Deodat can't be a disguiser. There appears to be a BMer, right? That's the first thing. And that means that it's a lot less likely that there was a disguiser there at all. And if you really think about it, Los Pollos, here I am checking. I'm like, who killed the Retributionist? Mafia killed the Retributionist. Alright, so if Mafia killed the Retributionist, then the Retributionist, Deodat Lawson, could not have possibly have been Mafia. Couldn't have been, I mean, the only way is if they got controlled by a witch, or if the transporter actually transported them into their way. So, I could say this right now. I could come out and here it is. I'm checking the transporter well. I'm like, no, night 1. Now there's nothing for night 2, but I gotta tell you, this doesn't seem likely. It seems like Los Pollos is probably not the Retributionist. But I decide not to vote for him anyway because I've been getting this scummy vibe from Dadu. All right. So as we get in there, I say 3, 2, 1, roll. And I'm gonna let him roll. Medium. So I'm laughing at this, like, because this sounds really silly to me. What did Trans say? Who did they transport? So here it is. I'm trying to answer the question once and for all. I'm asking who Transporter asked, because if I was Medium, that's the first thing I said. I'm serious, he says. There's no will. He's not telling me who the Transporter transported. Nothing. Now, I think the Transporter actually left, but he didn't even say that. You have no reason not to believe me. I have lots of reasons not to believe me. You didn't give me any information. You had nothing to add, so I keep it going. And so I picked Dadu based upon his a little bit of his scum reading in chat, which I do a lot of times. Even though I'm pretty sure that Los Pollos right now is not Retributionist, I don't feel reason to kill him because I have a feeling that he may actually be targeted anyway. Because he said that he will prove who he is tonight. Well, yeah, okay. Sure you will. So I kind of decided I'm going to let him go. I'm going to try to find another Mafia instead. Even though I'm pretty sure he's Mafia. I killed Dadu, who claimed the Medium, which would have been a very interesting random town claim. And he just had nothing good in his will. This looks pretty good for me. Who is this? The Godfather. Perfect. Wonderful. So we know that Los Pollos is probably Mafia. More than probably. He's pretty much confirmed Mafia. Maybe he is Jester, who was potentially framed, and so the sheriff found him. And the sheriff is dead. So this worked out well for me, because instead of jailing and killing the same person I jailed the last 2 nights, even though I'm pretty sure that they're evil, I just figured we'll probably vote on them anyway, because there's a lot of pressure on them right now. The sheriff died, though, which is unfortunate, and ends up, of course, therefore confirming that they are, in fact, the sheriff and not the executioner. They didn't do a very good job at actually making sure that they seemed like they were a sheriff. They definitely seemed exy. So we're going to go ahead and have to push up on Los Pollos. I go ahead and decide to jail Adriel here. And because Adriel is pushing on 3. And I'm pretty sure at this point that 3 is a Jester. What alignment would want us to kill the Jester right now instead of killing a Mafia? Who would rather us kill the Jester than kill a Mafia? The answer's simple. The Mafia would so much rather us kill Los Pollos than they would want us to kill... Or they'd rather us kill the Jester than Los Pollos than Mafia Friend. So I don't like this. I don't like Adriel at all right now. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm on Adriel tonight. So right now we're doing pretty good. We actually end up finding 2 evils, although I could come out here and just... Like, Los Pollos says, I am the mayor. No, you're not the mayor. That's not what you told me. That's not what you told me. And he asked Jailor confirm. Los Pollos is playing a very good game right now. Los Pollos wants me to come out and say that I'm the Jailor and you are lying, so that Mafia knows who I am. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm going to stay in the background. I want to be quiet here. I want them to focus on anybody else except for me. So I'm not going to go ahead and say what it is that's going on here. Adriel voted innocent on Los Pollos. And I think this is pretty... I think it's pretty obvious at this point that Adriel is probably evil. She seems so evil in terms of her voting, in terms of trying to push on the pretty much known Jester at this point, that you have to start to wonder, you just killed the mayor. Yeah, totally did, man. Sure, whatever. If he actually was mayor, then he would have game throwed, actually, because he was telling me that he wasn't. Anyway, Knife says medium claim, by the way. I'm going to die today. Look it on me, which is interesting. So I'm ready for the roll. 3, 2, 1. Doc. Oh, that was quick. She was really quick there. That was really quick. That was so quick that I kind of want to believe it. And the truth is, I'm looking at the numbers here, and I'm like, well, we have majority still. And we'll have majority tomorrow as well. I'm pretty safe right now from Werewolf, so as long as Werewolf doesn't get any big kills, we're probably okay. So I tell Adriel, you're on me now. I'll say pink in chat. Okay. And I'm not going to do anything. Now, there's Godfather's dead, and the Mafioso turned Godfather is dead. So if this is a Mafioso, there wouldn't be a kill. And as you can clearly see, there wasn't a kill. I don't trust this much at all right now. I do not like Adriel. And so I'm not going to go ahead and claim, I'm not going to say pink. Because right now, Mafia wants to know who it is that I am. I'm causing some definite issue right here. Knife says that they talked to the sheriff last night, Giles, in Dead Chat as a medium. Medium would make them another random town claim. And said, last night, he searched for him. So 3 is Jester. We pretty much know that. Knife is pushing on 6, whom I believe is evil. And Heckin' Baby Sips is saying that Adriel was jailed. Yes, so Heckin' Baby Sips actually is doing the job for me. I don't have to claim that Adriel was jailed, but I will go ahead and vote on her tonight. Because, again, my goal right now is I'm doing a really good job by staying in the background. I do not want to come out into the foreground. This is a Doc claim, and doing the TP strat, they say, because I believe that blue is another TP claim. They actually claimed that they were bodyguard, so she's pretending that she's protecting them, and then doing the TP strat. But Jailor wants me to be on him. I mean, up to you. Inno in jail again, Consig says. All right, that's interesting. So Consigliere is telling us to Inno and jail them again. Get William after. I don't really want to vote on this. I really don't want to vote. And I don't really have to, but I tried the last second to get the guilty in, and it didn't take. And you know what? That's actually fine, because she was guilty by enough people as the Mafia that I think we're okay. And now Consigliere was trying to convince us to not vote on her. They wanted us again to inno her and jail again, which would give Consig potentially, another night for things to happen, for me to potentially die. So she's dead, and she was in fact the mafioso. Consig's probably evil, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling that I know who the baddie is, who the werewolf is. I think that it's actually William Phipps. He hasn't given any roles, and he has no information to us. 3, 2, 1. Too late. This works. So I gave him no time at all really to answer the question, although I'm pretty sure that that he is actually evil based upon just a scum read. He has been voting like a town, and he hasn't had anything to add to the conversation. In fact, at the end of the day, if you looked again, you would see that he said he was asking, who do we jail tonight? So I say, so he just says, you suck. Sorry, boo. No claim? Like what? Nothing? I don't want to kill him if he's actually town, so I'll let him claim, of course. And if it's a decent one, I might even let him live. But no, I killed him. Marietzi killed last night. Killed by a member of the Mafia. Alright, so I didn't get the Mafia. But we know that probably. The likelihood is that, from what we can tell, the consigliere is likely to be Mafia. This is actually Marietzi the mayor. So this is a third TP role, or third TS role, and it seems like Knife is probably medium, which would make them another random town role. Could be lying, of course. So William Phipps, jailed, executed. And this is where the game gets kind of funny, and I get yelled at. Supposedly, somebody says they even report me. Somebody actually says that they report me. But let's go ahead and see where it is that this happens, okay? Keep your eyes open for this, because I find this to be interesting. Marietzi killed by the Mafia, and I get William Phipps, the werewolf. Right now, I've killed Dadu, and I've killed... who else did I kill? Did I kill Adriel? No, I just killed Dadu, and I killed William Phipps. So I'm doing pretty okay right now. I've definitely helped out town quite a bit, and we using the other kind of information, we were able to find Los Pollos and get them killed as well as Adriel. So not a problem here. All right, so we basically know at this point that Consigliere is the Mafia. And it's pretty clear. I ask if they could be Jess because I'm trying to think. 3 is Jess. Devakin is Jess. But I still think that it's possible that they could be Mafia playing as if they were Jess. So we're going to go ahead and vote the Consigliere up and end the game. As far as I'm concerned, it's time to end the game. All's fair in love and war. We had a good time. It seems like this is going to be a really good win here. Don't worry, guys. You haven't missed the part where I've been told that I've been reported. But it's coming up. So, Consigliere says, I'm not mafioso, I'm lookout. Yeah, but if you look at their will, there really is nothing here. They're jailed, nobody, jailed, nobody. They didn't see a single person this whole time. They somehow found everybody who was jailed, basically. And, I don't really like that. And it just doesn't seem right to me at all. So right now, Heckin' Baby Sip says, get the Jester. And I say guilty, end game. But Heckin' Baby Sips is like, it's a hard win. Get Jester. Come on, guys. Like, I don't want to get the Jester. Like, even harder speaking a different language, Blue says. I disagree with you. That's not a hard thing to do. It's not hard to get... they all vote on Devakin. And you know what, guys? Call me a jerk if you want. I'm not gonna give Jester the win. All they did was speak in a different language. That's it. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a strat that we used 2 years ago to get Jess lynched. I'm not gonna do it. I'm going to jail the consig, and I'm going to go ahead and execute tonight. So, right now, they're not happy. Jailor, Heckin' Baby Sips, don't kill. So they want me to jail them and not kill them. Well, guess what, guys? Like I said, let me know in the comments below if you think I'm just being a total jerk here. But 2 things. 1, technically speaking, if the Jester doesn't win, I get more elo. But that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because... in my opinion, you try to end the game right here. I think. So Consig says, no, get Jester first. I'll guilty, I promise, please. I said, I don't think they deserve it. They call me a bully, and then Consig says that I am reported. Okay. Yeah, guys, listen. You know what? There's some great Jester claims out there. There's some great Jester plays. You know what's not a very good Jester play? Speaking in a different language. I don't think that's like, well, he spoke in a different language, so we should probably give him the Jester win, because that's really hard to do. I disagree. So Heckin' Baby Sips says some mean things to me. F you. Do you know how hard it is to be Jess, man? So I'm saying all he did is speak in a different language. That's it. I don't find that to be particularly hard. I don't think that's like an automatic win for the Jess. I'd be much more impressed if they actually had a good play. So, Devekin isn't very happy with me. Heckin' Baby Sip says, doesn't matter. It's culture. What? My goal is to win the game, not to give the Jailor a win because he spoke in a Jester win because he spoke in a different language. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm definitely interested to hear. Right now, we have 18 wins, 6 losses. Our season rating is 1-3-4-7. Looking pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.